Be a retired people pleaser. Don't please people. Live your own life, form your own opinions, and honestly, it's going to make you a very authentic person. When you show up in rooms, you're going to own the room and you're going to be respected. Why? Because you form your own opinions. It sounds very easy. It's actually not easy. You'll be surprised how many people walk around the world just mirroring other people's opinions and not being authentic to themselves. Forming your own opinions is a cornerstone for growth and independence. If you're not able to form your opinions, it means either you're a people pleaser or you're just not in tune with yourself. If you know yourself enough, if you trust yourself enough, if you know that your decisions or your opinions are formed not just based on somebody else's decision or somebody else's choice, but it's coming from a well informed, well analyzed place, then you should be able to trust yourself enough to form your own opinions. In a day where social media has made everybody's life kind of visible and has made giving us access to people's lives, people's opinions, people's version of certain things, it's so easy to get lost in that. It's so easy to even pick up somebody's opinion and make it your own, so much so that it becomes a part of your life. In this video, you're going to learn how to form your opinion, why it's necessary to form your opinion, and how it can improve your general life. Hi, I'm Ruthie. If you're new here, welcome. I post videos every week that will help you move from where you are now to where you really want to be in life. So if you want to join our community, hit the subscribe button. I have something I want to read to you. Forming your opinion is a cornerstone of personal growth and critical thinking. It shapes you into a more authentic, confident, and principled person. This is what forming your own opinions can do for you. Why does forming an opinion improve your life? You might think this is such an insignificant, topic, or in relation to your life, this is so minute. But I promise you, when we dive deeper into this video, you will understand why this little thing can impact your life, make it good or bad. Number one, it builds confidence. Forming an opinion does not just, if you're forming a true opinion, not just a shallow opinion, it should come from a deep rooted understanding. It should be formed based on knowledge, based on experiences, which means you have introspected, you have viewed yourself, you have viewed where you stand. In fact, you've experienced this particular topic for your own self to be able to then form an opinion. It proves that you trust yourself. Even if you don't trust yourself, if you make an informed opinion, you then begin to trust yourself. So it improves trust in yourself, trust in your decision, and trust that your mind is able to form its own opinion and not just mirroring the opinion of others, which is aka people pleasing. Number two, it encourages critical thinking. Forming an opinion has to come from an informed standpoint. You can't just form an opinion because of your feelings. If I'm sad today and I say I don't like a certain thing, that opinion is not valid. I have to make I have to form the opinion from an informed standpoint. If you start to form your own personal opinion, informed opinions, your brain will pick this up and be able to do it automatically for you in the future and informing further opinion. Number three, it promotes authenticity. You see some people online, they effortlessly talk, they effortlessly stand on business. Like when I see people say, oh, let me give example. I don't like onions. I used to just say I don't like onions because growing up I didn't like to see it. Maybe it's because of how they used to cut it in the food or whatever. I don't know. I just did not like onions. But growing up, I'm now making an informed decision or to form this particular opinion. I'm now saying it's not that I don't like onions, it's that I don't like onions cut in a certain way. So you see, this is a more informed, a more authentic opinion on this matter. I like onions when you blend it. I like onions when I can't see it. I like onions in my food in different ways, but I just don't like onions when it's raw and when it's, cut maybe largely or in a way that I just don't like. Now, I have moved from saying I don't like onions to a more informed opinion to a more specific way that I don't like it. So when I tell people, oh, I like onions, but I don't like it in a certain way, It shows authenticity. It shows like, oh, this person actually understands this matter. It just shows that, I am my own self and I'm not making this decision based on another person experience. I'm making this decision, I'm forming this opinion based on my experience, based on my, over the years, over time, I have thought about it, I have decided, and this opinion is authentic to me. It might not be authentic to you, but this is my story, and it makes you just an authentic person. Number four, it fosters accountability. Now, you have formed this opinion, right? You have to stand on it. When somebody asks you, oh, what's your take on this matter? You say it. This is your opinion. Now you have to stand on it. You have to defend it. You have to know what you're talking about to be able to do that. Opinions are not static. Because you've made an opinion when you're 16 does not mean you have to stay and stick to that opinion for the rest of your life. We are human beings. We are allowed to change. If at the point where your opinion is challenged and you see that, oh, this is no longer where I stand on this matter, it's okay to learn, change, and grow. And lastly, number five, it drives innovation. Independent opinions fuel innovation and progress. This helps present your unique perspective to discussion, whether in your community or a larger scale. Now, I have a platform. I have YouTube, I have TikTok, I have Snap, I have everywhere across the social media where I share my opinions, I share my knowledge, and I share whatever. If I'm not sharing it from my unique standpoint, you probably will not even relate to it. You probably will not even watch this video. But I'm sharing it because this is me. And the beautiful thing about life is you're never alone. There's always somebody that relates. There's always somebody that is like you. So you sharing that your unique standpoint would inspire somebody just like you. Or even if the person is not like you, if your opinion is superior to what they initially believed, conversion. Before you're able to form your opinion, there's a process. Like your thoughts, for your thoughts to be like, it's like science. For a science to be proven, it needs to pass through certain steps. You need to pass through formation and just you need to pass through steps, right? These are process that your thoughts will go through before they become an informed opinion. Number one is to gather information. Like I gave the example about onions. I just said I don't like onions, which is false. It's not true. I do like onions. I do eat onions. I'm a chef. I like the flavor it adds to all my food. But in gathering information, now I'm able to specify the particular one I don't like, which is what it does for you. Have as much information. Be very knowledgeable. Read books. You can't pour from an empty well. That's just the honest truth. So if you're informed, if your heart is full, your mind is full, you're able to make more informed opinions. Number two is to question the source. Now, this is something I do that people hate me for. When I was growing up, there was this day I've always been a creative. I studied television and film production. So there was this day I wanted to go out for a shoot. My dad was not in the country at the time. So my mom called him like, oh, she wants to go. I was about 18, but I was still a child, I guess. I wanted to go out. My mom had stopped me and I refused, obviously. And she wanted to report me to my dad. And my dad called me and he's like, oh, don't go. And I said, why? Simple question. I've always been a curious child. I've always been, oh, you have to give me a reason. Because you literally don't have a reason for telling me what you're telling me. So I asked why. And that triggered a whole issue in my house. Oh, why would you ask why? Why would you ask your dad questions? Da, 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 da. It still happens in my present life. People don't like it when you question them. And one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to question you. I question God. When I see something in the Bible, I question it. When I see something happening around me, I question it. That is how I am informed. That is how I'm able to be on top of my game. That is how I'm able to form informed opinions. I don't just go with the crowd. I'm not a people pleaser. I have healed from that. So I need to know why before I'm able to, trust that information. Number three is to reflect on your values. Now, if you're an adult already, there are certain guidelines, there are certain pillars that hold your life. There are certain things you have put in place to make sure you don't go astray. For me, it might be God, it might be success. So anything I'm doing that does not align with God, I probably wouldn't do it. Anything I'm doing that does not align with success, I'm probably not going to do it. Anything that does not align with love. And so your opinions also should be structured. There are certain pillars that should support your opinion, pillars that you already rely on as a person. It shouldn't be based on somebody's own. It shouldn't be based on the world's view. It shouldn't be based on anybody's view. It should be based on your values. So these opinions should be formed on those values. Make informed decision based on your values. Values like love, values like trust, values like success, God, and there's so many more. You know yourself, so you should make those decisions based on your values. Number four is to analyze and synthesize. Now, even though we say you shouldn't copy other people's opinions, you should at least compare them. Because let's be honest, you don't have all the information. No matter how you try, you will never be able to consume all the information that is available in the world. When I make decisions, I also compare them to other people's own. I'm not saying copy. I'm saying place your decisions, especially if these are people that are already ahead of you. For example, you're in business and you've made business decisions, but there's another person that is also in business that is probably more successful than you. You can place your decisions alongside this person's decisions and see if theirs is superior to yours so that you can change yours. The truth is, you're allowed to copy in this world. Nobody has any generic idea. There's nothing we're doing that is new. The world has been in existence for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So it's okay to copy. Form your own decisions, compare them to what other people. I like to say, what are we doing? Like at this, I'm 26. What are we doing at 26? You need to know what your peers are doing. You need to know what other people are doing so that you're not left behind. So form your opinions, compare them to other people's own, and then adjust it. Number five, test your opinion. Discuss it with others. Don't be ashamed. Be very confident. Like when you talk about your opinions, talk about them boldly. Nobody is above mistake. The fact that I formed a decision from my pain point of view or from my ignorant point of view or from just a point of view that is not the same with the next person, having that conversation would open your mind to a new perspective. So don't be afraid to discuss it. Discuss it with your friends, discuss it with your mentors, discuss it with anybody honestly that you respect in your life, that you feel like, oh, this person is actually like smarter than me. Don't be afraid to say that people are smarter than you. They also have people that are smarter than them. Apply them to hypothetical situations. Like play it out, just play the situation out, apply your opinion, see if this is actually valid. So people pleasing really holds people down from forming their own opinions, honestly. Be a retired people pleaser. Don't please people. Live your own life, form your own opinions, and honestly it's going to make you a very authentic person. When you show up in rooms, you're going to own the room and you're going to be respected. Why? Because you form your own opinions. It sounds very easy. It's actually not easy. You'll be surprised how many people walk around the world just mirroring other people's opinions and not being authentic to themselves.